as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Peak flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up.
Well, it was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run.
He'll find Metcalf. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down at the 43. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Matt Breida, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago, so how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before, the very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
You're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Got it.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Here we go.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, you're already down on the scoreboard, and now, Charles, you go out there, very first play, throw the interception. At defense, they're going to have to bow up.
Yeah, and let's see how they handle this, because we always talk about reverting back to what you practice. When you practice these situations, it's called sudden change. You don't expect to be out there this fast, but you are. Do you go out there with poise, or do you go out there with panic? Panic could get you scored on again.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape, because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his... And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. Twisting away. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 to make it the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43.
Ready! 60 Pittsburgh.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
50, plant. 61, match box.
To throw on third down. Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And, off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. This offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tartt. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Trey Flowers picks it.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make the play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down. Almost back to the drawing board.
10 yards and a Seattle first down. Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first. There he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Matt Breida with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun on third down, Jones. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the 36, Wilson. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And a rout is on here in this first half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Throwing Jones. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Here's Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a give coming right is Breida. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And now running right through it. And they showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. This is Breida on the draw. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Myers connects on the PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Jones operating from the gun. And it'll be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Wilson back into his end zone. It's caught. Rocket. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Back to throw. Jones. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, but they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by 1 more. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. And to give this time to the tailback. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Needed more than 3, but that's all they got. And it's 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Good job right there. Good job right there. Hey, easy. Touch.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
He got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll set up a screen for Breida. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Wilson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Breida, he'll try the right side. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Myers able to knock it through, and that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Go on.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watch the slack.
Bravo.
Mike, let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Looking to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Jones now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Leo.
Check 31.
Jones now from the gun. He'll throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners, they eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup and let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Hey, look, 3.
14.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the 2nd level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will take over at the 20.
Ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Niners. 55 yards. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his second season. The future bright. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Topper, topper. Snap.
Here's Jones operating from the gun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on second down. Jones. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th and goal here as they search for a late score. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use him at this point. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, Wilson going to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check 55, Mike.
Here's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. On first down, here's Breida. And some room to maneuver. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. This is Breida. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. 2nd and 5 now. Wilson.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Wilson steps away to his left, fighting through, but in the end the pressure too great, and he goes down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Go.
Look, squeeze.
Watch the shit.
Get it.
Now Jones to throw again. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And some space here. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now the 49ers electing to lead the offense out there and go for 2. From the gun, Jones. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with